Never sleeps?
My words! He's the ghost of the diarist Samuel Pepys. I was his wife. I'm no longer alive. But due to this play, my words also survive. My husband, you'll know, he wrote in prose. I preferred rhyming couplets, so that's what I chose. He had connections. He was an MP. King Charles made him head of the Admiralty.
Keeping a diary was my idea.
Oh, but you let me read it, didn't you, dear?
Yes, and you stole my words and made them rhyme.
Oh, compared to your writing, my words are sublime. What's more, I did research to include in my play how Charles Stuart's bloodline continues today. His descendants, you'll find out in the last scene, 2 will be monarchs, and 1 could be queen.
Is this conjecture?
No, it's based upon fact.
Really?
When I tell you my findings, you're bound to react. Let me start at the point where London burnt down.
Really?
The great conflagration destroyed our fine town. Our King Charles II and his brother James worked with the townsfolk to extinguish the flames. Our Protestant monarch and his Catholic brother, bravely they tried, but no one could smother such a terrible blaze rising into the sky with tongues of fire 100 feet high.
Really?
Due to these efforts, the king showed that he cared. For him and his people, a tragedy shared. He remained till the end, the last embers to douse. Then he rode back upriver to Somerset House.
Your poem is very clever, but it is not a play.
My actors will speak. They have words to say. Anxiously waiting, the king's Portuguese wife had prayed with her whole heart.
God, please save his life. I'm afraid for his safety.
God showed that he cared. She looked out the window and saw he'd been spared.
I do love my husband, despite all his vices. Our marriage has peaked, and now it's in crisis. We long to have children, but we are forlorn. For the heirs I brought forth have all been stillborn. Overcome by my tears and a sense of frustration, my husband requires an heir for his nation.
Despite the queen's sadness, the king misbehaved, debauched, hedonistic, and often depraved. The king's marriage to Catherine, I'll tell you in rhyme. Before he ever met her, during his reign, he'd fathered 2 children to Countess Castlemaine. Oh, here's a list of his lovers. You read them out. They're all the ladies that you wrote about.
Really. He'd had Hortense men singing. He longed for Nell Gwyn. The Viscountess of Shannon, he lived with in sin. Fornicating, Mog Davis, if given the chance, the Countess of Falmouth, a whirlwind romance. He'd laid Lucy Walter and Winifred Wells, but only a princess could chime wedding bells. Well, that's true. He'd had numerous mistresses from all walks of life. For the sake of a nation, he needed a wife. Somerset House, 1662. The king is reluctant to be told what to do. Wait a minute. His mother advised him just what was needed, if only her words would be seriously hidden. You've dipped into my diary, and you've stolen my words.
Oh, forgive me, my husband, but that's not a crime.
Forgive me, my wife. I'm somewhat annoyed.
Look, my play has made money.
Well, then I'm overjoyed.
They've all paid in sovereigns made out of gold.
Well, at least I'm pleased with the amount of tickets you've sold.
Well, I hired my actors. They have to be paid. But there's still a profit that can be made.
Then I will write a critique after seeing your play.
And I'll prompt the actors if they forget what to say. Look, the audience is waiting and they'll want to know the events that will happen in my rhyming show.
I'm told I should marry. I ask myself why. I'm a born young king who never runs dry. Noble women and wenches. I have good luck. All of them wanting that right royal fun.
You use a princess to give you an heir. Your advisors and ministers, they've looked everywhere. I'm your mother, but you worry me. The provider of heirs is what you should be. Bastards you've sired, they cannot take the throne. You need a wife of your very own. There's the Portuguese princess. Oh, I'm convinced she would be a suitable match for your majesty. He's here. I see the ambassador's carriage. He's arrived and he's bringing the proposal of marriage.
Well, I'll examine the terms, and then I will see what he offers. Well, as well as a wife, I need cash for my covers. If the dowry includes a gift of some land, yes, then I might agree to the marriage and take the girl's hand. What do you think, my mother? You must surely agree. I won't make her a queen and then do that for free.
An alliance with Portugal could be very useful. And that princess is young, so she's bound to be fruitful. I'm filled with hope that I have found. A servant must fetch the ambassador now.
I'm hoping he's brought a picture with him. I don't want a queen who's ugly and grim. Don't forget, in the bedroom I'll have to perform. I like hot-blooded passion. and not someone lukewarm.
Charles. Charles. Charles, it's my pleasure to present the Portuguese ambassador with his document. King Alfonso VI has sent it to you. A marriage proposal to carefully view.
Oh, come on, Ambassador. Don't tell me he's late. Whenever he's due, we all have to wait.
The actor, you said, was Portuguese?
Yes, lateness is a national disease. Oh, the lobcock, Rantalion. What shall I do?
Really?
Come on, my husband. This part is for you.
Ridiculous.
I'll get his script. And his cape is yours. Now, I want you to make your entrance through these double doors. Here. Let me help you. Oh,
Ridiculous.
let me tie it right. There, wait. Stop moving. And when you act, be extremely polite. Just a minute. There you go. There. Oh! And you need this picture. And his scroll. And now you can easily play the role.
No. Well, if I do, like the others, I want pain.
The money is there if the part is well played.
Ah, Majesty, may I humbly bring the sister a document on behalf of my king. We hold you in the highest esteem, and hope you will consider our scheme. My king will be honored if you would agree to marry his sister. Katerina is she. Your bountiful goodness fills us with awe. Compliments, Majesty, from our Portuguese ashore. We kingdoms you rule with masterful skill.
The ambassador's flattery was overkill.
Enough of your praises. Get on with it, man. Unscroll your document and show me your plan.
Showing great interest, they went through the offer. In truth, the ambassador had plenty to proffer. Many thousands of pounds to please the king. What's more, even better, the dowry would bring favorable terms to trade with Brazil. A further addition, and much better still, the ports of Bombay and also Tangier.
Note, please, my son, how Gibraltar is near. A strategic position to dominate. A military advantage to strengthen your state. Oh, I urge you, your majesty, there's no need to dwell. Cash plus Bombay, and Tangier as well. You couldn't do better if you looked far and wide. Oh, a princess, she will make you a one.
Yes, that may be so. But it's me that's to wed. I'll have to share the princess's bed. Indeed, if I marry, she'll be the king, the queen. But I don't buy the goods before they've been seen. Ambassador,
Majesty.
have you got a picture of her?
He hoped his loins would begin to stir.
Majesty, you are as possibly impressed, no?
Yes, I can see. She has a swelling breast, glittering eyes, well-shaped lips.
Pouting, pouting like the sweeter roses.
Uh-huh. Oh, but her lower jaw, it protrudes. See that?
That's when he famously called her.
But don't forget, in the bedroom I like to perform. I like hot-blooded passion and not someone lukewarm.
Majesty, would you believe me when she's seen as a flesh? You'll find she's very pretty and flagrantly fresh. You see here, see even this picture. A beautiful skin.
Oh.
Imagine your Majesty the pleasure of kissing the shoulders. Your rising prowess growing even more bolder. Your hands that stroke the body, filled with desire, your Majesty, your sweet secret places to set you on fire.
Enough, Ambassador. My appetite is growing. Ready with secrets, so need be so.
Oh, Majesty.
My answer is yes. The picture convinces. Katharina is a suitable princess. Now the Admiralty is happy to get Tangier, and the treasury debts I will be able to clear.
And you'll have a wife with a royal pedigree.
Now, let her sail from Lisbon en route across the sea.
Ah, Majesty.
The Queen-to-be was made cognizant of the reasons why Charles was a Protestant. In the Church of England, the king ruled as chief, whilst his wife could retain her Catholic belief. In the marriage agreement, there was a clause to say she could follow Catholic laws. He didn't care. To all religions, he was fair. He'd been born a Catholic, but to take the throne, he'd adopted a faith that wasn't his own. Deep down in his heart, a secret he kept, a love for the true faith, the one he had left. Soon with Katharina, he would be allied, a Protestant king with a Catholic bride.
Majesty, may I humbly bring... Oh, where's the king? He was here a minute ago. Ah, Majesty, may I humbly bring the sister of the Portuguese king? My king is honored that you will agree to marry her and share your seed. Your bountiful goodness fills us with your compliments, Majesty, from our Portuguese shore. 3 kingdoms you rule with masterful skill.
Oh, the ambassador's flattery was more overkill.
Enough of your praises. Bring me my bride.
Majesty.
This obsequious manner I cannot abide. I wait to see her beautiful form, the naked shoulders, and the cleavage warm. My appetite is building up.
Hoping she'd have a double D cup.
Majesty, may I humbly bring the sister of the Portuguese kingdom. My king is honored that you would agree.
Oh, shut up. We need some ale.
Damn it.
Give my bride a cup. My dear, would you like a goblet of ale?
The poor princess turned very pale.
Desculpa, eu não falo inglês. Você fala português?
What on earth, Ambassador, did she say? This language barrier, it's in the way. Ask her, does she want some ale? The journey made her look so frail. The ladies travel very far.
Eu bebo daquelas, mas eu só quero chá.
Tea, Majesty. She would like some tea.
Tea? Tea?
It is greatly enjoyed by the Portuguese.
But tea, Ambassador, R-S-T-U. Tea, it's a letter. It's not something you do.
Your Majesty, it is a drink. It is made with the water and the leaves. It is greatly enjoyed by the Portuguese.
Oh, well done, my husband. You've no more to say. The ambassador now exits the play. Oh, by the way, all of it's true. The language, the ale, and the tea bit too.
I was there on the day the princess arrived.
Well, you said she was an unsuitable bride.
Well, she was very modest, and the king did like his tarts.
His loins ruled his passion more than his heart.
Oh, now, Mummy, tell me, what's this all about?
I've heard the princess is very devout. Any free moment she gets on her knees.
Oh, it's a sexual exploit. That one would please.
Prayer for the princess stirs her emotion. Her passion, it rises from holy devotion.
God's sake. I wonder what has happened to me. I wanted some crumpets. She wants to drink tea. She can't speak our language, not a single word. And as for her neckline, this is completely absurd. No sign of a cleavage, not even a neck. And as for kissing her shoulders, you can't see a speck. She's devoted to God. Oh, she's more like a nun. When I lunge for her body, she will probably run. No, don't forget. In the bedroom, I'll have to perform. I like hot-blooded passion, and not someone lukewarm.
Majesty, this marriage, it must go ahead. Think of the dowry.
His mother said, convincing the king it had to be done.
Just think,
Said his mother.
a legitimate son.
And so it was. The king consented.
And according to you, the queen was contented. Between cups of tea and prayers to our Lord, you said she mounted the king's royal sword. You were specific, the king didn't change, had plenty of mistresses in a wide range. Oh, she knew he kept them. You said that for sure. The pain that some caused, she could hardly endure.
But as time slipped by, she grew used to his ways.
Yes, kings philandered in those olden days. The gentry of Europe adopted strange habits, fornicating with women as if they were rabbits. You said Charles was kinky. He liked pubic hair. Did he have a wig that was red, brown, and fair?
Do you think I was jesting? No exaggeration.
Well, you note, I made use of that information. I read elsewhere that it was the fashion, and women donated as proof of their passion. At home with the queen, the king grew to respect her. The affection he showed did greatly affect her.
I remember what happened. As clearly as day.
Well, in that case, my husband, these are your words to say.
Right. Though they didn't have children, no legitimate heir, they grew old together with a love that is rare, really. In the background, each mistress often caused trouble. Moll's rival was Nell, which meant it was double. Closer to home, at the Queen's royal court, her maid of honour was not all she thought. While serving the Queen, She serviced the king, another salacious, right royal fling. Hortense and the Duchess, they loathed one another. Each wanted the king beneath their bed cover. In the midst of it all, there was the Queen. She told me much later what she'd heard and what she'd seen. I recorded those stories as recounted to me.
Oh, they are tales of suspicion and great rivalry.
I wrote down what happened and how it had been.
And I'll unfold all those secrets in
Nell was his favourite mistress, for certain.
She made her name in front of the curtain.
Appearing on stage, she drew Charles' attention.
Her risque parts stirred his sexual tension.
Charles furnished Nell with a house and a son.
But as his mistress, she had a long run.
The Duchess of Portsmouth, she couldn't depose her.
I keep my friends near, but my enemies closer. Me and the Duchess, we're worth more than our parts. It's in both our interests to see off upstarts. The years have gone by and new mistresses have threatened. But me and the Duchess, we're a force to be reckoned. We don't like each other, that's certainly true. But the enemy you don't know is worse than you do. Welcome, Duchess. 'Tis me a real pleasure to see you again and spend time together.
Indeed, Mistress Gwyn, and so am I. Since my childhood, I've lived a palatial life. A mere mansion like this would cause me great strife.
I ain't got a palace. My birthplace was humble. This house the king gave me. I've no reason to grumble. Me baby's got a lot better start. Though he's born out of wedlock. And they say I'm a tart. Think on this, Duchess. The king sired both our sons. In both boys' veins, the king's blue blood runs. Our boys are related. They are half-brother.
But let's not forget, from two different mothers. My position at court is different from yours.
Position's well known is down on all fours. Our sons are blessed. Like the king, they're divine.
My son also descends from a noble French line. Mine's been acknowledged. The king made him a duke, half royal, half French, with a fine, regal look.
Oh, now I notice. Damn her, forsooth. She forever proclaims that her son is a duke. I worry, Lisa does not have a title. For his future prospects. I know this is vital.
In France, we are refined in whatever we do.
I'm laying out the cards to play French Lantaloo. Duchess, I've gone right out of my way to find a card game you'd like to play. A sixpenny bet.
Yes, and 6 for me.
Draw the trump now.
It's spades, number 3.
You can begin, Duchess.
What I require is a black 3 or less. Oh no, it's rouge, not noir. My sixpenny bet did not go very far.
That you'd rather have pulled the king. I see his gift of that huge diamond ring.
A diamond, are we? A king or an ace? For the next round, I put a bet on this place.
No need, Duchess. You just listen to me. There's a new wench around, our joint enemy. Today you are here because I matched a plot. We don't want to lose whatever we've got. Peeps,
I'm his Protestant
I'm
tart.
his Protestant tart. You're his high-class whore. The point is, Duchess, Charles, he's found one more. She's young and curvaceous. Damn her, forsooth. Unlike you and I, growing long in the tooth. Together, we need to ensure her defeat. She's an actress, Maldavis. Revenge would be sweet. Tonight you dine at the palace, why all?
Oui. Charles is holding a mask and a ball.
Me sources inform me Mull will give a rendition. The king he has made a decisive decision. He'll be taking her back to his bedchamber. An additional mistress puts us two in danger.
Oui, that is true. He already has 3. The queen in my service, and there's you, and there's me.
The worst of it is Mull is in her late teens. Since we're both mature, you know what that means.
We might lose our positions as the king's favorite ladies.
Oh, for sure that will happen one of these days. But we must put that moment off for as long as we can. The king, you're aware, is a highly sexed man.
What is your suggestion for quelling his urge?
Here, in this bottle, a very strong purge. Cascara Sagrada mixed with prune juice. There's enough in here to make her bowels loose. You pay her barmaiden to slip some of it in a nice fruity beverage to go with the gin. Now imagine the mess on His Majesty's sheets. If you make the arrangements, the task is complete.
Brilliant idea! You're more than a tart. Imagine the mess when she happens to...
The accident story is based upon fact. When you women threatened, Nell knew how to react. Charles came to visit later that day, and once more, pretty Nell got her own way.
Here comes me son's father. His loins must have stirred. He's come for some crumpet. He's me own Charles III. I've had 2 Charles before him. 1 Sackville, 1 Hart. But King Charles, me royal stallion, he was a stud from the start. Maldavis is lined up for a bidding tonight. Royal command and performance! 1, and she's out.
How now it is, my actress, my former Orient star.
You've come to see me then and not Squintabella?
Squintabella. Squintabella, my turtle. I don't know that name.
Is it my titled ex-mistress?
Oh yeah. Is it my tired old ex-mistress, Countess Castlemaine?
No, it's not her. Look at two squinty eyes.
I'd rather think of your pretty eyes. Oh, don't let me play a guessing game. I don't know that lady. I don't know the name. I didn't write here to take part in the quiz.
The Duchess of Portsmouth, that's who it is.
Oh, now, don't be jealous. Please don't be mean. I'm having a hard time at home with the Queen. Now, come here. Sit here beside me and comfort your king. With the goodly Queen Catherine, I tried everything. No matter my efforts, she can't bear me in air. And now she's a desperate lady in a state of despair. She claims her God is punishing me for turning away from the Catholic See. Yes. She prays in the chapel. I know she's in talk. My seed is not Catholic and her wound is dormant. Oh, now, let's go upstairs and comfort your king. In bed.
Hold on a moment.
Oh, that's what Nell said.
I also.
Seeing the king in a vulnerable state, she knew exactly the move she would make. Nell's son, his status, mattered to her. Oh, extreme were her actions. His future, her spur. Fetching the sleeping baby from the cradle, she laid the young infant onto the table.
Wake up, my son! Your father. Your Highness, it is your bastard.
Don't you call my son a bastard now.
To the window now. And if he fell, they'd say the bastard met his end. Shall I let go?
No, don't.
Let him descend?
No, don't do that, girl.
Then give him a name, a title, a duke, or an earl. Your other bastards have names, but my poor son a bastard remains.
God save my son. He's an earl from today.
Once more, clever Nell got her own way. Written accounts explain that this is why the Earl of Burford exists. Nell's reckless behavior cannot be denied. Back to the Duchess, with a squint in her eye, she was called Squintabella by and by. Nell did call Charles III.
On that, you can firmly take my word.
Read up your history. Look online. My poem is true as well as in rhyme. Nell and the king, they shared a bond.
Oh, Nell, you're a wild one. But I'm so very fond of your witty banter and clever devices.
A yielding body, that's the nicest. I can feel your excitement below the waist.
Soon I will have your bodies unlaced. Oh, in the bedroom, you know how to perform. You've got a blooded passion and you never look home. Oh, now let's get upstairs. Get into bed.
Hold on a moment.
That's what Nell said.
A favour to us. And a big one, too.
Oh, whatever you ask, you know I will do. Buy you a diamond or a sedan chair.
Today, an old soldier, he came to the
Oh, found one in Chelsea.
The king gallantly said.
Sir Christopher Wren fulfilled the commission.
But it was Nell who inspired the king's decision. Even today, an old Chelsea pensioner will know about Nell if you happen to mention her.
A merry young monarch, they say of me.
Let's get upstairs and merry will be. Your King Charles III wants you in bed.
Oi, now!
Hold on a moment.
That's what Nell said.
I think that's me, Mother. I hear her outside. Is that you, Mother? Did I hear you cry?
I've come for some money. I'm as poor as a mouse.
Your stipend is ready. Pray enter the house. I love her, me, Ma. Please pardon me. If I just give her money, Your Majesty. You go upstairs and slip under the sheets. I'll be there in a moment to give you your treat. What cheer me, Mother, you old dipsomaniac!
You're a right one to talk. You're a right nymphomaniac. Me monthly allowance, I've come for me share.
You'll be off to the alehouse, spending it there.
So what, me sweetheart? Don't deny me pleasure. Oh,
What of your grandson, the boy you should treasure?
you're born as a bastard, the king's fatherless son.
He's no longer a bastard. An earl he's become.
You got him a title? Ah, me clever girl.
King's made your grandson a fully fledged girl.
What oh, me darling, you never fail. Tonight in the alehouse, I'll drink ale by the pail. Although I'm a sop, me Nell, she stays loyal. From a ragged upbringing, she's a son, what is royal?
Then on you must go. The king awaits me upstairs.
Me daughter's given birth to one of his heirs.
Ma, you must go. Come, let me show you outside.
Now your stallion is waiting. Now, to give you a ride. Oh, I'm excited. I need release.
I'm coming, Your Majesty, to tend to your codpiece. I'll give you your pleasure, a ride to enjoy. It's the least I can do to give thanks for my boy. Much later tonight, he will go off his head. When Maud does her business, right there in his bed. Dressed up for action in her best underwear, not knowing the looseness of her derriere. Peeps,
I wish I could be.
I wish I could be a fly on the wall to see his face and her certain downfall. Hold on a moment! I'm coming right now! Wait till his stallion sees this little cow.
Time has elapsed since we were gone. Over several years, the stories moved on. The Thames took the life of old Mark Gwynn, drunk on brandy when she fell in. Records show that's how she died.
Have I passed over to the other side? The spirits have got the better of me. 'Tis death, methinks, not rough brandy.
Welcome, ma'am. Pray, sit you down.
I must be dead. Look at me gown. And I'm not sitting there, thank you. I shall sit where I want to sit. And I'll
Next.
sit.
Next!
Ah, shut up.
Next to die was Charles in bed. Apoplexy, so the papers said. Due to the circumstances, they were vague. In fact, he had venereal plague. He sent a last message to his wife to say he loved her all his life. As a final wish, he begged his brother, "Look after, please, Lord Burford's mother." His brother James, who would take the throne, had a final message of his own. "I beg you, Charles, hear my petition to go to heaven, change your religion." And so it was, on the king's deathbed, a final Catholic mass was said. Charles placed one hand upon his heart and the other on his not-so-private part. Regally, he closed his eyes, and that's precisely how he died.
Oh, I have passed on to the other side.
Welcome, sire. Pray, sit you down.
Am I seeing things, or didn't she drown?
Sadly, sire, you are both dead.
And more bad news I see ahead. Just 2 years on, not past her prime, Nell's life cut short before her time. Bad blood, they said. Oh, wasn't true.
The great pox got her. Just like you.
2 strokes, and she was paralyzed.
Have I gone over to the other side?
Welcome, ma'am. Pray, sit you down.
Is that the king without his crown? And mother too, but how what cheer! Death no longer holds its fear. Tell us all now, Master Pepys. What secrets does the future keep?
I could turn the future into rhyme and can step forward back in time. The problem is, sire, you interfere, and you might not like the words you hear. You're on your way to heaven's gates. St. Peter's there, see, he awaits.
Will he let in a Protestant whore?
Or an alcoholic to the core.
Well, he's bound to admit a Catholic king. He'll know I'll let the papal swing, but on my deathbed, I confessed my sin.
That might just be enough to get you in. Farewell. I hope we meet again in heaven's clouds, not hell's dark pain.
Oh, will you come with us, Samuel, to the gates?
Apologies, sire. The audience awaits.
My play continues, although they've gone. It is a cliche, but
Life
goes
goes on.
Ah, 'tis the music of the Portuguese, a music to rouse, to soothe, and to please.
Oh, yes, the Portuguese bagpipes. And so long since we've heard them, Majesty.
That, my dear Francis, is as it should be. 2 years of mourning for the king. Our lives have had a song. One constellation through that time, the king's soul in heaven, how sublime. He changed his faith, confessed his sin.
Ah, yes, just enough to get him in.
I know you'll be on God's right hand, reserving a place for me to stand. Together we'll be the spiritual embrace.
Ah, yes, I'm sure that is the case.
And yet, I have but one regret. On this, my mind is firmly set. The Catholic faith that he denied prevented us from having a child. The Lord, incensed, saw what he'd done, refused to provide a legitimate son. The right of kings, it is God-given. I told Charles so, but he didn't listen. And now to a new phase in my life. I'm used to the fact I'm no longer a wife.
Ah, yes, and with no children here, you're all alone. Perhaps you'll decide to go back home.
My home is here, as Dowager Queen, and the new King James is very keen that I remain in the English court.
Ah, yes, that's exactly what I thought.
As for my mother, the Regent Louisa, my coming back home would greatly displease her. My position allies our two countries together, and unless I'm turned out, I shall stay here forever. Charles, you know, he thought well of me. Debauched and licentious as he could be.
Ah, yes, he knew you were holy. Your praises he sung.
But the way he behaved, I held on to my tongue. Despite his behavior, I was never disloyal. Protocol must be followed when you are royal. Those Protestant women, they led him astray.
Ah, yes, that is the Protestant way.
They knew how to tempt him with their dumplings and plums.
Oh, and the one with the oranges that came from the slums.
Now, wait! You speak of a notorious tart.
Ooh, I could tell you some things. Oh, don't let me start. A tart and a whore with unholy breasts. There's a naked painting. that chose the rest. And as for her mother, a brandy-soaked slut, spent all her life being half-cut. The woman destroyed her brain and her liver. Her naked corpse was found in the river. Ah, yes, Majesty. They're all the same. The poor king, he was drawn in, but he was not to blame.
True, Francis. The company he kept.
Ah, yes, they were strumpets and very adept. Majesty, I hear a carriage outside. Ah, it's the Duchess of Portsmouth. Shall I bring her inside?
Deluded. Both women. Deluded about Charles II.
But with this new arrival, a real crisis beckoned.
She once was his mistress, a fixture at court.
But she honoured the Queen. Her friendship she sought. The two women bonded. A religion they shared. The two Catholic women Charles took to his bed.
Majesty! Majesty! I come to warn you. We must flee. Majesty, I come to warn you. We must leave. Majesty, emergency most urgently.
Duchess, you seem a little overwrought.
Ah, yes, exactly what I thought.
Majesty, our religion is the key. That is why the two of us must flee.
Calm down, Duchess. You can confide in me.
Majesty, I beg you, listen to my plea.
Duchess, we are making no progress. And we shall make no progress unless you explain yourself to me. Might I suggest a nice cup of tea?
Ah, yes, a good suggestion that would be. Do let me have the caddy, please.
So notice that actress, she forgot her prop.
Well, I have every intention of cutting her pay off.
Ah, yes, Duchess. Tea, a very good idea. See, I have the caddy over here.
Come now, Duchess. Settle down. Is this a personal matter or the crown?
The crown, your Majesty. The king is going to lose the royal throne because, Majesty, he will not disown the Catholic faith, the Pope, the Church of Rome. He's going to lose his country and his own. Parliament declares this very hour the king to lose his royal power. Catholics driven from this land. I fear our religion will be banned. It spells great danger, Majesty.
Stay calm, Duchess, and drink a cup of tea.
Ah, yes, Duchess. Won't you sup a cup?
And let me weigh this situation up. Who'll now accede the throne?
His daughter Mary, his flesh, his blood, his own. But just like her mother when she died, through the Protestant church she is allied.
'Tis true, Mary is of that conviction, and her husband suffers from the same affliction.
Yes, William of Orange is of that faith too. It is declared they are joint monarchs. From now there will be two. Poor James. His fears are deeply rooted. He saw his father executed, afraid he'd lose his royal head. His daughter may prefer to see him dead. Oh, his Catholic sons, they are in danger too, as is the case for me. And you.
You are right about the king. He cannot take a chance.
It is his... It is his plan to flee immediately to France.
That does, of course, make proper sense. The French will come to his defense. King Louis is Catholic too. It is the only thing for James to do.
A chateau awaits him in Saint-Germain. It's part of King Louis's rescue. Majesty, join me. You must flee. A ship tonight will cross the sea. There is a berth for you. But there is none for me.
Stay calm, Duchess. Do not sob and cry. Listen, and I will tell you why. For James, the problem is intense. But let me use my common sense. A dowager queen and living alone. I have no children to threaten the throne. I see no reason why I should flee. You board the ship instead of me. Return to the country of your birth.
Oh, I wish now for all I'm worth.
I will inform King James of my decision.
And secure the berth in my position.
Of course I will, dear Duchess. Come now, one last time to say God bless. Return once more to your French family.
My thanks to your gracious Majesty.
And so they shared a last embrace, and the Duchess returned to her birthplace.
As it turned out, Queen Catherine was wrong.
For William and Mary, it didn't take long before they saw her religion and court as a threat that made them feel most fraught.
Perhaps it was better for Lisbon to take back their own.
And so, Queen Catherine was forced to go home, leaving behind a unique legacy. It's down to her. The British drink tea. And what of the others? What did they leave? A final scene for me now to weave.
see 13 children.
But none of them mine, in a long and illegitimate life.
7 were boys and 6 were girls. All of them are noble to ladies, dukes, and earls. And most famously, I'm happy to say that the Princes William and Harry are with you today. Their mother Diana carried my genes through the Duchess of Portsmouth, not through my queen. And Prince William, you know, will one day be the king. And the baby, Prince George, he's one of them who will bring my fine Stuart lineage back to the throne.
Yet we have no children of our own.
We also share genes with the Duchess Camilla.
Prince Charles, yet another royal lady killer.
One day, Camilla, she might be the queen.
More Stuart blood for the future royalty.
Royal mistresses don't usually achieve goals, but a queen was once a mere pack of balls. I have to admire her determination.
And Camilla, Diana's distant relation.
Camilla's related to our first son, as is the Duchess Sarah Ferguson.
I said in the prologue that in the last scene there'd be 2 monarchs and a possible queen. My research was correct, don't you think, Samuel? You'll agree that I did it exceptionally well.
William, George, and Camilla, too.
Their blood can be classed as Royal Stuart Blue.
Oh, I marvel to think my genes so inbred.
There were so many women he took to his bed.
Here's another one-time orange seller.
Hello, Duchess, you old squintabells. Talking of genes, you can add this to your list, since the Earl of Burford still does exist. Our descendant, he is a right wag of a man, causing all sorts of trouble wherever he can. In the House of Lords, 1999, he was completely out of line, storming the floor like a half-crazed peer. Black Rod commanded, "Get him out of here!"
You know what now? He reminds me of you. A right little stirrer through and through. And all the same, you can pay your respects to the sort that David Cameron gets. Now, he married Samantha, and she's one of our heirs, but there's our genes and yours, and she has her share. You count back 8 grandmas, and you'll find that's me. From the own point of view, that's a fine legacy.
Oh, poor childless queen, don't you listen to this. I loved you the best. Let's share a kiss.
My wife, she is clever. As clever as me, as is Queen Catherine, who introduced tea.
Did someone say tea? I'd love a cup.
Oh, in fact, Your Majesty, we're just wrapping things up.
Hold on. One moment. What about my legacy? The true British monarch is related to me. My son James didn't abdicate. He wasn't accepted by the state. He was forced out. And left the throne behind. But there's a living relation that you can find. On our family tree, you will notice something. Franz, Duke of Bavaria, is the real British king. He's related through your brother James. Look, down the tree, and you will find his names.
Oh, See now, Mother, you're quite right. He's our descendant. He's a true Jacobite.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. But I have something to add. I'm one of the women that he never had. He loved my virtue, which he said stirred his loins. That's when he put me on all of his coins. He thought such a gesture would flatter me, but I didn't oblige him, Your Majesty.
I say, on this coin, it's her face I see.
Yes, she's Britannia. That's her legacy. And as for your diary, no one can deny your legacy is you did not lie. Now, read these last lines, dear Samuel.
My wife wrote the... It is very hard. I agree, dear wife. You're a talented bard.
Now, mistress, you've been telling lies. You're not a playwright. You are not that wise. Rule Britannia, and long may she reign. I'm the real playwright. I'm Carolyn Kane.